There we go. Alright, let's see what this track has in store for us. I held the brakes there while I was looking at the score chart for no reason, so. Alright, wobbly track. Okay. I can deal for now. Nice wide turn. Just going to take that slow. This is just going to be our stroll in the park right now. Figure out what this track wants us to do. Okay, you got a nice ramp there for, or half pipe there. Oof. Okay, they don't want us to do that. So this is all about riding the bull essentially, and not falling off the track. Understood. We're probably going to have to wheel hop a few times here. By wheel hop I mean have some minimal air time. Seems like it's going to be a requirement. Hit the ground there really hard, yep. We're just going to see if we can survive this track for now. That's going to be a no. Messed up in the same spot again. I don't know if I can avoid that boost actually. That may be beneficial. I'm not sure if you can though. Whoa, okay. So far these tracks haven't been too bad, except for the last two. 1 through 4 were very short tracks, which was surprising to me a little bit. I expect the first 2 or 3 tracks to do that, so 4th isn't too bad. But they weren't too challenging. I understood what needed to be done, but the difficulty spike was very prevalent in 5 and then in 6 as well. 6 more so to get the author medal. No, there's a way to dodge this though. We're just going to, yeah, play that slow. And that's the end of the track. Okay. That was silver. Alright, let's figure out what we need to do. We need to get 36. A time of 36 to get gold. Let's see where we can make that time up. I didn't know if I could clear the curve with the low banking there, but it seems like I can, so... Even without being as much speed, having as much speed. No, drifting's not happening there. Let's move forward. So I'm going to be faster at the middle of the turn there, a little slower at the end because I have to decelerate. Yeah, so this is not going to be the most optimal line entirely. That, oh, okay. Ran out of speed apparently. To stay on that banking. Good to know. Again, not too optimal of a turn there, but we're not worried about that turn just yet. We're more worried about the back end here. That was disgusting. Oh, buddy. But yeah. I guess now's a good time as any to discuss the Black Ops Cold War beta. Shall we? I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't feel good. It reminds me a lot of Battlefield Hardline, in a sense, if anyone remembers that game. And people were shaming EA because it was essentially a Battlefield 4 clone, or a reskin mod. And that's exactly how Cold War feels to me. The character models and design and textures, all that are shades of Modern Warfare. The game handles like pure garbage, and a lot of it feels forced. The third person animations don't match up at all with the actual character animations. So like if someone's running, for example, the running animation, it's there, it's in tune, but it doesn't actually match with the speed of the character. So like, in other words, it looks like they're skipping a step. Hello, I found a secret. It feels like they're skipping a step, like they're hovering over the ground while they're in between steps, because of how quick the movement speed is in Black Ops, and that's throwing me off a lot. And not only that, but it's also like the side-to-side movement as well. In Modern Warfare, there's a tell. Like there's an actual animation to show the shift in the movement. In Cold War, because the movement speed has been increased, there is no tell. It just happens. And so it happens, and there's no tell, and there's no way to react to it. Which I feel is a big no-no. Especially if you want to try and play a game competitively. Try to guess where a target's moving if there's no tell to tell you which direction they're planning to go. It's kind of awkward in that sense. I don't wanna glide. Yes, that's a gold medal. Barely. 35.9. So what do we need for author then? I'm assuming 33. Which, like, this guy is freaking insane if he got a 33 out of this game, out of this track. But yeah, Cold War, not good. They didn't keep the same field of view, overall field of view, like Modern Warfare has. Everything in Cold War feels like it's magnified. It feels like I'm playing the game through a magnifying lens, and that's even at the field of view set to 120. And on Modern Warfare, I don't have the field of view set at 120. I have the field of view set to 110. So even with the setting at maxed out in Cold War, I don't get the same field of view as I do in Modern Warfare. And I can feel it. And now I can feel it, I can see it. Because whenever I try to aim down sight with my iron sights or a 1x optic, I don't have the same field of view like I would if I was just hip firing. The movement feels very sluggish in comparison. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all. I don't know how people are enjoying the game right now, unless you're on controller and you never played Modern Warfare. But if you were on keyboard and mouse and you played Modern Warfare, I can't see how you can like Black Ops. I really can't. It's just that drastic of a change. So I got 2 clips of video, and I'm also going to clip the back end of that stream that I just did, you know, of the beta, to basically just sum up my thoughts, because it no good, it no fly, it's not worth $60. It's not worth my $60, that's for sure. And yeah, I'll have to wait till next year to see what happens. Who makes the next game? How's it going to look? And more importantly, how's it going to play? But we'll move. And in the meantime, we'll move on to Greener Pastures, and we'll be playing Cyberpunk 2077 when that comes out. Because I'm not. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying Cold War. And I would buy it for, well, not buy it, but like eventually I would have bought it for the campaign. I would have bought it later on, but there's nothing there to convince me to buy it now, 6 months or 3 months from now. I can't say 6 months, because if you're getting to a Call of Duty game 6 months in, you may as well just wait for the next one. But yeah, it's a real shame what Modern Warfare ended up becoming, and it's a real shame of what Cold War has become. I was hoping they were done with making mediocre stuff when they transitioned to a new engine that would give them better tools to make a better product, and all they did was same mechanics, same gameplay, and reskin it to with a fresh coat of paint, put a price tag on it, and pretend it's a product. Not my cup of tea. And I do feel like I'm lenient towards most shooters. Like, if you give me a shooter that feels competent enough gameplay wise, I'll grin and bear and play it for the most part, but there's nothing there to enjoy for me in Black Ops. So let's move on. Let's move on to something else, to talk about something else. So there was a bit of a follow-up with Epic's lawsuit against Apple, primarily, and that a judge made a comment, and that comment is what got put out. I don't know if they're done with the lawsuit. I don't know if they're still in court about it, but there was a remark that the judge made, which was that this lawsuit does come into question about other products such as a PlayStation or an Xbox only having one store on their systems, one digital store on their systems instead of multiple. And I knew that was going to be a problem or an issue, because I did mention that in my previous rant about this, which is also on my YouTube channel, that if Apple gets called out for this, then so will Sony and so will Microsoft, because if you turn on your PlayStation, you only have the PlayStation Store. You don't have Joe Bob's digital store, you know? And so it does call into question about what about these other devices that only have one store. And the thing is that you have to determine what type of device it is and if it has competition. And the way that I look at it is that so long as that device has competition in the market, then it is not a monopoly. And so if anything is not available on one device for one reason or another, you're always going to have another device that will be able to access that kind of content, that kind of that other type of product. You know, and the other thing is that at this point, if you were to put in a store, a third-party store, onto a console or to iDevices, you have to realize that these console and device creators, you know, these companies, because they do wall off the entryway, so it's only through one means, it's part of it is for quality of assurance. So someone can't have a game that runs, you know, too bad or too, you know, that doesn't run well, because that can call into question of the hardware. So like if someone made an extremely unoptimized game for the PlayStation 4 and, you know, find their way to put it on the system, it's not going to make Sony look good because they have a game that probably doesn't look good, play good, and at the same time it's not optimized. So it hinders, you know, in a sense, the marketplace for those systems. To just have any other additional marketplace for anyone to put their, you know, own software on the system can be very difficult to monitor from, you know, the company's point of view, Sony or Apple or Microsoft's. But it also risks, you also risk inadvertently downloading spyware, since those games won't be monitored by the first party anymore. And so a lot of it does come down to those security issues, because how else are you going to protect your device, you know, protect your customers from downloading bad programs? You know, there has to be quality assurance somewhere down the line. Those programs have to be tested somewhere down the line, and it can't be done by anyone else. It has to be done by the first party. So it doesn't make sense for any of these companies to have a secondary store that they don't get any money from, because they still have to monitor it to some degree. Like with the, because when you think of the hardware wise, or operating system wise, even, you have Windows and you have Mac for laptops and PCs, and you have Linux. And we've had a ton of software designed for those systems. A ton of software designed for those systems. And a lot of the software being, you know, hard copies, because this was before the digital age, where everything was being downloaded online. So it makes sense to some degree that there should be alternate options to download things digitally on these devices. But like, not every program designed for a Microsoft machine is Microsoft certified, you know? It just so happens to be coded to work on a Microsoft machine. And again, that can lead into problems, because, I mean, say no more, if you look at McAfee or Norton, you know that they cause all sorts of issues on a computer, more than they fix. And they usually take up a ton of resources off of the computer for no reason. Now imagine that happening with any other program, and with any program designed by less experienced or smaller companies than McAfee or Norton. You're just going to have a bunch of defective apps and programs that could potentially be spying on you and causing all sorts of issues on your devices, and it doesn't make any of these companies look good when that happens. I'm also struggling a bit, but that's also because I'm ranting. It's either one or the other. Either we go on a stroll and I rant, or we go radio silence and I actually try and break a lap record. So, can't have both, best of both worlds, usually. It's very rare, unless the track isn't too demanding. But these series of tracks for this season of fall have been very demanding, in comparing it to the summer tracks. The summer tracks are more or less child's play compared to this. These tracks are a lot more technical, in my opinion. They do a lot more. You have to do a lot more to stay on the track in these series of tracks than you do in the last seasons. It's a little sad, honestly. I was hoping I was better than this, but apparently I'm not. Know your limit, drive within it, but at the same time, try to break through, you know? I don't see resets as failures, I see resets as reps. And it's just a matter of time till the muscle memory kicks in and we find our line and we hit a new record. Until then, we just gotta keep repping. Just gotta keep going and going and going till we break through. Man, I'm still nettled. I'm still depressed about Black Ops Cold War. I really am. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. Everything. It feels cheap. It just feels cheap. Like, and the sad part is, only the PC community is going to realize, like, that difference that I'm describing. Because it's not going to affect console, because console never had a field view slider for Modern Warfare. Actually, they did. They did, but they probably didn't use it. They probably didn't even think of looking at it. The map design Modern Warfare isn't all that great. There are way too many weapons and gadgets and gizmos that destroy and disrupt the balance of Modern Warfare for it to be competitive. And there's there's some gimmicks in the game that, like mounting for example, that just don't translate well into Call of Duty play. And there is a way to speed up the movement speed of Modern Warfare without it feeling like Cold War. And that's the balance they gotta find, I feel. I think Modern Warfare feels too slow, but Cold War feels too fast. And it's like, unless I'm walking everywhere, I'm not going to kill anyone in Cold War. Whereas in Modern Warfare, I can actually move around, and I can actually fight people. In Cold War, it just feels like I either hit my target or I don't, and I probably want to lose the fight anyways. Because I'm not going to see my target after the first shot, because the field of view is too zoomed in, even when it's set at 120. And because of the muzzle flash and the smoke that comes out of the gun, I'm just not going to see my target. There's too many visibility issues in that game. And if I can't see my target, I can't hit my target. And that's not fun. It's just not fun at all. But hey, yeah, I can at least be thankful for this. That the beta, that Treyarch convinced me within 30 minutes to not buy their game. I could be grateful of that. I didn't have to play the game for 2 weeks, give it some hope, give it some time, let them flesh out some bugs. Nope. You gave me everything I needed to know in 30 minutes to make my decision about your game. And maybe a return to form to one degree or another, but that's not the form I'm looking for. And it doesn't translate well to PC, in my opinion. Man, I took that turn so well. I can't even. I'm trying to mimic it. I've been trying to mimic it for a little while now. Just haven't been able to find that line again. There we go. It's okay. It looks like I'm drifting, but in reality, I'm actually not. I'm actually very slowed down on that turn, slower than I think I am. It still won't be a record-breaking run, but I can at least try. Yeah, it's a record-breaking run. We're almost at 35 flat. That would be ideal if 35 flat was the author medal, but I know it's not. It's too close to the gold medal for it to be. I almost found the apex perfectly on that time around. Turn. There you go. Too wobbly. I have to remember to stay on the right side of those waves. The left side is just chaos. Right side is a little more concentrated. Aha, I dived in, dove in. I took the dive too early. We'll say it that way. Brain not smart. I never found the apex of the turn there. Still came out faster. Now since I shut up a little bit, I'm actually getting time back on the track. Instead of going to autopilot. Wow, look at that speed. Nope. There may be a way to jump that turn, though. I still feel there's a way to jump that turn, and that's what's going to get me author. It may not be a full-on skip, but it may be very, very close. Oh, it's so close. I think that's it. I think that's it. I just gotta find a way to skip that last turn somehow. The last indent. Nope. So it's Friday. It is Friday evening at the time of this. And yeah. So I hope everyone's enjoying their weekend, or enjoyed it, depending on when you watch this. And that you have a nice productive weekend, or a relaxing one, whichever you need at the time. And yeah, just trying to chill out now. Turn. There we go. One more turn. There you go. Thing is, once I nail a lap this quick, it's going to be very difficult to stay on that lane, because I'm going to want to try to do something else. Oh no, I got the bumper there. Oh, that feels very smooth. There we go. Just dive into the turn. Let gravity do the work. Same here. Just turn hard. And stay to the right. Wobble, wobble, wobble. No! Bad landing. Oh, that feels so smooth, finding that turn, finding that lane. Let off a little bit. Full throttle, full throttle, full throttle. Oh, I wheel hopped. Yep. Okay, so we want to ride the wave a little bit. No, nope. We are out of sync on that one. You want to stay inside on these first few turns. Hit the center, stay inside. Go left. Slow down a bit, slow down a bit. Full throttle, slow. Pedal, 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 pedal. We're not going to have the same momentum as our last run. But, oh, that's a wall. Okay. Can't exit that turn wide. Good to know. Oh yeah, it's very not uniformed there. Let's run that back. Turn car. Oh no. I'm completely messing up that part of the run now. That's not good. That's the most random part of the run. And I had a uniform. I had figured it out earlier on. Now it's like I have too much speed to survive it. Come on, car. We're competitive. We can still get a personal best out of this. Especially if we take this turn better. Like that. Yeah, there we go, 6/10. We're good now. Got a lot of room to work with. A lot of room to work with here. We're not going to try and skip. We're just going to bank our run. 34.3. Not bad. We still have to get our Arthur though. Yep, took the turn too early, so we're gonna exit way late. Yeah, I'm rushing myself. I'm not gonna get anywhere with that. Nope. Alright, we're just gonna have to tailgate our personal best for now. We may have to try and throw a Hail Mary here. Hail Mary! That has to be it. You have to be able to skip that last run. I swear to you, that has to be the remedy here. The experience, the dangerous liaison. Says the comedy. Is that it's serious, and it's a strange enough new play on words. Said the tragedy is how you're gonna spend the rest of the nights with the light on, so shine the light on all of your friends. 'Cause it all amounts to something in the end. Some Jason Mraz for you. Word song, because I'm not brave enough to sing on stream yet. Although I probably have, and subconsciously. I don't want to hurt people's ears too badly. It's not the point of these streams. Point point of these streams is to relax, more or less. Have a nice chill environment, even if or when I'm not chill. I think my background music stopped on me. Yep, it did. Let me check on something in the meantime. Okay, nothing new there. Alright, just checking on stuff. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and restart. I have to figure out what to do after Crash 3. Obviously, it's not going to be Black Ops. I know that much. I wanted to re-download a single-player game of some sort, I guess. I'm not sure what, though. Huh. Nope. That ain't gonna work. Alright, that's no speed. I'm gonna be slow on the exit there, because I couldn't find the apex. That's fine, so long as I can keep up with my previous best. Nope, I'm not. I'm gonna dip out of the turn. Nope, that ain't gonna do it. Have to enter that turn a lot later than I expect, or a lot wider. 210. Nope. You have to be very cautious on that turn. You do drift on it, but it's a gravity drift instead of it being like a forced brake and acceleration drift. It's just a full acceleration drift. You just have to get the line in right so your car keeps that traction. Here it is. That's better. I'm gonna have a bad exit on that because I kind of jumped the gun. Alright, saved it for now. Alright, I gotta jump it. Oh man. I feel like that has to be the answer. I really do. It's just getting there. It's getting there, and then I have to remember to do the checkpoint restart instead of full restart once I get to that point, so I can practice that jump. See if there is actually something there. And just like before, I'm currently top 10 North Carolina. So, like I said in the previous TrackMania session, folks in North Carolina, the top 10 typically do get gold at the very least. And then they're all somewhere between author and gold. So it's a very tight group of people in North Carolina that are playing those tracks very nicely, very well. Better than I am, since I am number 10. Currently. That can change. Just a hop, skip, and a jump! Oh my! That's it! I know that's it. It has to be it. Just barely broke out of that zone. Just barely. Now, here's the thing. If I have a run going this well, where I'm well ahead of my personal best, I'm just going to play it safe and bank in the run. I'm not gonna go full suicidal on it. There it is, 33.8, and the author medal. Finally, we broke the curse. We broke the curse from 2 tracks. We got our next author medal with a 33.8. And I do know there's room for more. I know it. Am I going to do it? No. But we are top 7 in North Carolina. In top 300, more specifically, 264th place. So, that is fine for me.